Welcome back to episode 2 of the Phonetic Evolver devlog. When we last left off, I said I was gonna do the X buttons on the side of the tabs, but I decided against it because of the way Phonetic Evolver files work, which is as follows. Here you have the Phonetic Evolver file structure. Each box represents a piece of data. It will be able to hold multiple root word lists, multiple generations, and in each generation you'll be able to hold multiple sound changes. It will also be able to hold more things in the future, such as example sentences. So having an X button doesn't make sense anymore, because now, when you open up a Phonetic Evolver file, it will load up the root word lists as separate tabs in the root word lists page, so it makes more sense to have the X button as a delete root word list button somewhere up here in the icons toolbar. And the plus button up here, when you click it, it will add a new root word list, like so. So as you can see, when I press plus, it opens up a brand new root word list and a new tab. Side note, I had to click on root word list 2 on my own. It didn't take me there automatically, but that's still something I need to fix. The keen amongst you might have noticed that the toolbar looks different. I moved the save button down here to the bottom, where it will save everything you do globally into the Phonetic Evolver file you currently have open. Whether it's from the sound changes, the root word list, the tree, or anywhere you might be in the current project. And I replaced the save button over here with an export button so that you can share the current root word list with your friends. And I replaced the load here and open as new buttons with an import button so that you can load up the root word list files that were shared to you by your friends. I also added a rename button that can rename the tab name. So let's say if I try it and I say rename tab to my awesome root word list, it's gonna rename the tab. Amazing. Speaking of tab names, if I import a file, it changes the name of the tab to the name of the file, which is what I said I'll do last time I left off. I also moved the add word button up here from down here so that it's always easily visible and accessible. And when you click on it, as you can see, it takes you to the bottom. Before I go on to the new features I added, I want to show you that the drop downs now work. And this is all due to the magnanimity of Martin. I will knock myself out. By the way, I just want to interrupt myself real quick and let you guys know that the location of all the buttons are all subject to change. So any buttons you see that you think are weirdly placed, all of them, they can always be changed. And in fact, the sound changes button over here will definitely not be here. It's just here so that I can show you guys what I'm working on currently. So now that that's out of the way, let's get to the new features I've been working on, which is the sound changes! So let me go through all of the buttons here one by one. Starting from the top, you have this line, which is how you'll be writing in your sound changes. On the left, there's a number which shows you the row you're at. Then you have the left-hand side, an arrow, the right-hand side, the slash, which means in the environment where, and then the one-hand side, where you'll write in any conditional statements you need. Going back to the slash, you'll see that there's a little 2 slashes on the bottom, because when you click on it, it will toggle between 1 and 2 slashes. The difference being, 1 slash means in the environment where, and 2 slashes means when neighboring. Next thing on the list is an IPA chart on the bottom. There's a consonant chart and a vowel chart. With these charts, you'll be able to type out any character or aspect that you want to, easily. So for example, if you want to type out a fricative followed by brr, you can just go to fricative, click on it, you can do, and then you can go to brr, click on it, and it adds there, right there. Perfect. The reason why it doesn't add brackets automatically is because what if you want to have multiple aspects within the same brackets, you should be able to go like this, and then do bilabial, plosive, and type it in like that. And it should put in a space, but I'll do that later. So right now what I have here is a fricative followed by br, followed by p or b. Currently, the sound changes over here don't do anything yet. It's just here for me to test out for the keyboard to work. I'm gonna work on that farther down the line. Right now I'm just getting the GUI to work. What I will work on now is to get the aspects and the letters to pop up where my cursor is. So let's say if I write nasal, and then I write bilabial, and I want to insert something in the middle over here, I should be able to put my cursor here, and then click on, let's say, dental, and it should pop it up over there where the cursor was and not at the end. So the next thing I'll be working on is a rudimentary version of the tree visualizer. Catch you when I'm done.